want you to listen to Scotty Scheffler's comments today, because I have some thoughts about him.
Winning a tournament for like a few minutes. It only lasts a few minutes, that kind of euphoric feeling. And to win the Byron Nelson Championship at home, I literally worked my entire life to become good at golf, to have an opportunity to win that tournament. And you win it, you celebrate, you get to hug my family, my sister's there. It's such an amazing moment. And then it's like, okay, now what are we going to eat for dinner? You know, life goes on. Your dreams is very special, but at the end of the day, it's like, I'm not out here to inspire the next generation of golfers. I'm not here to inspire somebody else to be the best player in the world, because what's the point? You know, this is not a fulfilling life. It's fulfilling from the sense of accomplishment, but it's not fulfilling from a sense of like the deepest, places of your heart. You know, there's a lot of people that make it to what they thought was going to fulfill them in life, and then you get there and all of a sudden you get to number one in the world, and then they're like, what's the point? And, I really do believe that, because, what is the point? You're like, why do I want to win this tournament so bad? That's something that I wrestle with on a daily basis. It's like, I work so hard for such little moments, and, I'm kind of a sicko. I love putting in the work. I love being able to practice. I love getting out to live out my dreams. But at the end of the day, sometimes I just don't understand the point. Always be my priority, because it really is. I'm blessed to be able to come out here and play golf, but if my golf ever started affecting my home life, or it ever affected the relationship I have with my wife or with my son, that's going to be the last day that I play out here for a living. This is not the be-all, end-all. This is not the most important thing in my life, and that's why I wrestle with, why is this so important to me? Because it was one of the best tennis players. It might have been Federer or Djokovic or somebody. They only won like 48% of their points or something like that. I mean, playing professional sports is a really weird thing to do. Like, it really is, just because we put in so much effort, we work so hard for something that's a satisfying venture. And so, I guess what I'm trying to say is, this is not the place to look for your satisfaction. This is something that's where you can have a great appreciation for, and a great amount of thankfulness for being able to do this. And like I said, it's literally one of the most fun things that I can do in my entire life. I love being able to come out here and play golf and compete, but at the end of the day, it's just not what satisfies me.
Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, he's ungrateful and all this stuff. Look, there have been professional athletes that have quit in the middle of their careers to do something else. Pat Tillman, rest in peace, decided to go and be a special type of serviceman in the military to serve his country. And we still really don't know what happened with him. But he was in the prime of his career in the NFL. There have been NFL players that have decided to go be doctors. Calvin Johnson quit early from his NFL career. Barry Sanders. So this is not unprecedented. He's just the number one golfer in the world. Now, he made a comment about, winning everything isn't the end-all be-all, and it only brings him a couple minutes of satisfaction. There's a lot of guys. I coached with somebody who didn't like games. He just preferred practice. He enjoyed the journey. He enjoyed the process. So I believe him if he says, I really like the process, is basically what he's saying. And yeah, I enjoy competing, but my family's the number one most important thing to me, and that's what's going to bring me the most fulfillment. So will he quit in his prime? Maybe. But it doesn't sound like he's having a midlife crisis. It just sounds like he doesn't have that killer instinct necessarily that Kobe has, or Jordan had, that Kobe had, or Jordan had, or, LeBron maybe. And golf's different. There's a lot of downtime. These rounds are long. They're 5 and 6 hours. And it's not easy to practice for 7-8 hours, several hundred days out of the year, be away from your family the entire week. Basketball players, football players play once a week, twice a week. They get to go home to their families. Golfers are gone the whole week, sometimes several weeks in a row. So it takes a toll. So it was an interesting set of comments that he made. I wasn't expecting it. I don't think anybody was. But let me know what you guys think. But I applaud him. I'm not really concerned about his mental health. It's one of the things I thought of first, but it just sounds like he has things in perspective.